He was beating people up. Left, right to left. Like literally.
Did not. That was not the case. I did not wake up at 6:30, the estimate time that I planned to do so, going to the event.
They ended up backing out.
I lost my sister.
Honestly, girl, I'm saying girl, like we're on FaceTime.
And I was thinking, okay, it's already morning. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like things like already open by 6:30, 8 already. Nada. ¿Por qué qué? Porque yo no sé.
Oh my hands. When I tell you,
This survived. It helped us survive that event.
12 hours, mainly standing. Only the small amount of times that we sat down.
This is going to be a chit chat video, so if you do have time and you are watching this, stay tuned, stay throughout the entire video, because it's some interesting things that ended up happening during our adventure. Me and my sister, I did not go alone. I planned actually on doing so, but in the end, I knew she knew about the brand and also the content creators who are affiliated with that brand. And I was like, why not make this a day where we both can enjoy. Should I say enjoy? No, enjoy the experience. And make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe and like. And at the end of the video, if you do stay throughout the video, make sure to place the heart pink emoji if you have an iPhone. And if you don't have an iPhone, since I'm wearing pink, this type of pink, this heart, if you don't have an iPhone, leave a palm tree emoji down below. Alright, let's get into it. Oh my god, I touched the lens. Hello! Long time since I've used my camera. It's been such a long time. If you're new here, hi, I'm Dayex Sky. Today's video is going to be about my experience at the Ping Pong Puff Miami pop-up event. This is like so crazy. So a lot has changed, I will say. As you can tell, my hair is dyed. If you haven't seen me in a while, my previous video I did dye my hair, but you can obviously tell the difference now. Since it's been a couple of weeks now, it's been almost. No, it's been a month actually. It's already been a month and a couple of days in June now. But the color has lightened up a lot more, and my hair's flat ironed, so you can tell the difference. And I am in love with this color actually. That day contained a lot of things that happened, which is why I have my notes here to go through how it went, the journal. So I have it sectioned out, I believe, in 8 things. The first thing, morning of getting ready, how I went to the event, the line, what we did during being in the line, kind parents in front of us, the setup of the event, meeting content creators, purchased what item, if I did even end up purchasing something, you won't know until throughout this video, so make sure to stay tuned. After the event, and what I learned about the event, and also what I learned about myself that day. 1. The morning we woke up around 6 something, so I did not leave the time I expected of leaving to doing so. I think it was 6:10 I woke up. And by 6:40 we were already close to the door, heading out. I ended up placing an order to Uber us to Miami. Now where I stay at, it's kind of a drive to go to Miami. Now thankfully, and reasons why it wasn't too long of a drive than it would have been if I Ubered, if I made the Uber at like 8 a.m. Right? Because traffic is no joke. And estimating to arrive there early to be hopefully the first people to receive the free hoodie, arrive earlier than what the actual time of the event happens. And then we made it at 8. It was like an hour, or I believe like 2 hours and something minutes for the Uber drive. And then, yeah, and also prepared, like what we prepared, which was very smart for this kind of event, how it unraveled. I brought a fan. I made sure to bring a fan. I forgot to mention, it slipped my mind to mention it to my sister to bring a fan. I had an electric fan, and portable, thankfully, for an event I went to, which is a 5K event, and it was in handy. And I also had a actual hand fan. And then water bottle. Water bottle was essential. I'll definitely say it's essential to bring that specifically, especially if it's like an outside event. So both packed our own water bottle, which was great. That helped us survived. It helped us survive that event. No bluffs here, okay? And then money. Needed to bring money. 2. So after we arrive out the Uber in Lincoln Road, what I saw as we were walking, I saw inflatables, inflatable chairs, actual chairs like beach chairs. I saw blankets. People did camp for this event. Normally I do check for a certain thing if I'm expecting to go to a place that I've never been one ever, or just a place that I'm like interested in, like, okay, how is it going to like work? For instance, what I'm saying is like, okay, the outfit that I plan on wearing, is it going to match the aesthetic? Am I going to be able to match what it is? And also what to expect. Now, I don't know why I didn't think of doing that the night before, of the updates and like aware of like any tips or anything. I was there and I arrived and I saw the line was already pretty long. Went on a social media really quickly to see, and they ended up having a influencer pop up the day before, which was obviously not shared to the public because it's only for influencers. If not, everybody would be crazy during that day. Thinking about it, visually seeing that 21.9k people liked the post, it should have been expected that people were going to be camping out, especially people who are near Miami or made the drive of doing so, of attending. Now that's mainly just for the line itself. Now 3. Wait, come here, closer. Now 3. How many times am I gonna say 3? Okay, what did we do during the line? Us being in the line. Now I'll tell you what we did. Now, I have in my notes just because it's a few things that ended up happening. For starters, the first thing is we made the line cut. Now, the line cut was pretty confusing in the beginning, but I'll just say that we made it. I'll just let you guys know. The first thing is that we made it in the line cut. We arrived at 8. We start walking down to make the line. The line, I'm telling you, is really long already. I can't really say an actual like estimate, like exact number of people, but I will say probably already like, I want to say 1,000. I really want to say 1,000. Like 1,000 people already in line. After a few minutes being there, a security guard, they said, okay, we're gonna cut the line. The line stops at the Nike store. The Nike store that was there. We're like not too close to the Nike store, but enough where we see the Nike store right there. We're like, oh my gosh, we made it, thankfully. I thought they were gonna be serious about that. Like after the line cut, like no ifs, no buts. If you didn't make it, you didn't make it. I'm so sorry, but you have to go. You're not good. And then, since us waking up early, I already knew that we were going to be hungry because we did not eat before we left. I won't say rushed, but because we live at a distance, knowing the hours of actually the duration of driving was going to take time, I was thinking by the time we're there, it's like an open area. More likely there's going to be food around us. I will just make the purchase of food. And that being the case, yeah, I didn't want to leave my sister alone, but I knew since it was more of like a brand influencer content creation world and their, what do I say, demographics. Their demographics are children based-ish kind of. Sometimes it's not always what the demographics that they want, but in reality that is their demographics a little bit. And older teenagers, of course, or early 20s. So parents were around, so I was keeping that in mind and less a protective instinct of just leaving her. Now, I had my phones. She didn't have a device on her. She forgot to bring one. And I'm like, just make sure to not move. Like, do not leave this line at any cost. Like, in my head, I'm like, if you have to use a restroom, like, number one is an urinate. I don't know what to tell you. Like, just hold it. That was in my mind. But I knew we were both hungry. So I went out the line. And obviously, I'm walking down in front of us. I see absolutely nothing open. And I was thinking, okay, it's already morning. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have like things like already open by 6:30, 8 already. Nada. ¿Por qué qué? Porque yo no sé. Pero yeah, I was walking. I was thinking 7-Eleven was going to have their biscuits ready, their breakfast thing. That's the first place I went to. I did pass a Starbucks, but I'm like, no, I'm not gonna grab Starbucks right now. And as I'm entering 7-Eleven, looking for, scheming, okay, where are their breakfast items? I couldn't find any. I asked the person on the register, they said it doesn't come until 9. Mind you, this is like 8:30. I'm not gonna wait 30 minutes. One, I know my sister is still in the line by herself. Yes, with the wrong people, but still no. And then two, we are starving. The sun is already feeling like it's already hot at this point. I was thinking by 9 or 10, that's when the sun was actually really gonna hit us. But no, it was already hitting the moment we arrived. And the moment the sun rose that day, it was already hot. Like, it was already beaming down. And I walk back. As I'm walking back, I'm trying to see these other breakfast restaurants that are gonna open soon. Oh, they have pancakes. This is actually fooling. Filling is gonna fill our stomachs up. Lots of other stuff. Nothing. Ended up being Starbucks. I go in Starbucks. That's the only thing that's really close. The closest. Everyone in that line, not everyone, but the people who got out the line, and people stayed their spots, went to that Starbucks. So the line was long in there already. And everyone's ordering drinks, everyone's ordering things. I'm being patient, I'm waiting. At this point, I think I have to use the restroom, but I'm like, you know what, I don't need to, because if I lose my spot, like in line, I'm gonna have to wait even more. Order drinks. I order like 3 different ones if I'm not mistaken, and then something to actually fuel us. I bought, I think, 2 sandwiches, like breakfast sandwiches. At this point, I order. After I place in my order, the drinks kind of took a long time, I will say. And the team, honestly, they're working as fast as they could. There was only one girl who, like, honestly had her day, but the rest, whatever. Once those were ready, I grabbed those. I didn't even wait for the food, because after I placed my order in, one of the workers ended up saying, oh, the food's gonna take a lot longer. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is more than what I anticipated on starting the day for the event. I start heading there quickly to see my sister. I'm like, okay, I know she's there, but I'm worried a little bit. So I go. I'm thinking, she's lost. I lost my sister. I'm like, oh my gosh, my parental, like my instinct, the radar turns up. I'm looking, people were looking at me, obviously, because I'm walking, but like I'm looking like each person, like, okay, am I missing where she's standing? She's not next to the Nike store that we were originally at because it was moving very little, very minimal, very minimal. I think by this time it started being 10 already. That's when it started opening, like to actually enter the little pop-up event area that you have, and you enter to purchase your item. And I finally see her. I'm relieved. I give her the drinks. I say, okay, I'm gonna be going back for the sandwiches. Now, I first drink some because I'm hungry myself. Water wasn't really gonna do its justice for the entire day. Then I go leave. And I'm pretty sure this is where I meet these kind parents in front of me. They said, oh yeah, we could watch her, like, oh, we'll make sure, whatever. Then I go back. After that, I go back. It's still taking time. I end up grabbing the biscuits finally. Come back, eat. Next thing I know, the people in front of us have chairs now. I'm like, where did this come from? That was just in my head. I'm like, where did this come from? And we're eating. I sit down on the floor. I do not care. I don't care. If it's something I'm going to do that's going to be rewarding for me or is going to benefit me, I'm going to do it. I'm hungry. I'm not just going to stand and eat. I'm going to sit down like a little kid, like any person would do, should do, and eat and enjoy. While then going little by little when the line's moving. We're finished with eating. And I ran for the food. And I came back. So my little workout during that morning of standing, even though standing was the workout itself for the entire day, let me tell you. Now, at this point, it's still the same thing. The line is moving little by little. And then by 2 p.m., we're not halfway there yet. But during this time, there's a certain corner or road, should I say, that was blocked. But I don't know who decided on making it more of a turn instead of making it. It was very interesting. The line goes straight, but then for certain parts of the road, they had us make the line go like to the right and then straight and then curve again in between the middle of a certain road because it was blocked for construction. And then the event would be right there. So during 2 p.m., that first curve to come this way, this sidewalk right here was not cut off, but it made a bigger like turn of the line, which that was not how it was constructed in the beginning. I know it because I myself was walking, like I already walked that way for our second. Now this is us leaving the line. Thankfully, the parents in front of us, the women in front of us, were so generous of saving our spot because we had to use the restroom. I was trying to find the nearest thing for us to go use the restroom. Only thing, Marshalls, go there, whatever, come back, and we're good. Now, that curve, the little U-ey, whoever decided to do that, more people who were not in front of us, and I think they saw that sidewalk open and it just merged in. It took a lot longer than where we were already at. I'm thinking, why is this curved? It ended up making it a deal. A mother, obviously, we're standing already for hours. People are already aggravated in a way, a bit, losing their temper. It is hot outside, like very hot outside. And even the ladies, when we came back, they offered us water, which was so nice. And I will say, never take anything from strangers, I will say. But I did hear the cup open correctly, not open already, so that was a good sign. But if anyone's watching this, like, don't take things from strangers, like, at all, like, ever. And be very cautious when you do so. If you do so, very slim chance of doing so. But yes, and it was water. And kids, never do this if you are like a teenager or watching this or whatever. But yes, that's what happened. And then, yeah, then security came. Some person who works there who actually like manages how it's outlined. She kind of got aggravated because parents were trying to tell her kind of to handle it or whatever. That happened. It was situated, thankfully, and then we're now I'm making it back to this way for the curve. The regular, how the line was regular in the beginning of being straight, just straight down the little Lincoln Road area that we were at. That's where I did the first stop of grabbing ice cream. So grabbing something else to eat and have us cool down to keep us staying strong for this line of entering the pop-up event. Now we're outside the pop-up event, but we're not actually in it. So I say, hey, I'm going to step out again. I'm going to grab us ice cream. Do you want ice cream? I asked my sister. She says, yes. Actually, yeah, I do. I'm like, okay. I'm only going to buy us one, though, for us to share. I go in this ice cream shop. It is not a shop I've ever heard of. So basically authentic, you can say, which was. And I'm looking. I grabbed 2 flavors. It was like lavender something, or just lavender. And then the other one was sorbet. I don't want to say guava. It was another flavor. I don't know if it was watermelon. Oh man. So my camera ended up having no more storage. My SD card. So until I have a new one, this is going to be the other portion of the video on my phone. Now, where I stopped at, 2 flavors. It was like lavender, which was amazing. I loved it. And the other one was pink. I just don't remember what flavor it actually was. I come back. They let her, the parents, the generous mothers that I met that day, allowed her to sit on their chair. And now these mothers had like their kids with them. I think they did Carly were just 2 children. Then like by this half point, because the parents decided not to like go the time that we had all went, it was like 7 more kids, which I had no problem issue with because the generosity that they already provided and given me and my sister. So that was no big deal to me. I wasn't thinking of it like, oh, it's cutting the line. No, ma'am, it wasn't. And they ended up backing out. They're like, I don't think we could handle this any longer. Like, no. And honestly, they were telling me, like, the girls, they actually mentioned, like, you're not even to receive the hoodie, the Meet Me in Miami hoodie present that day. I'm like, what? In my head, like, okay, like, tell me more. Interesting. They say, yeah, it's not going to be online, though. Like, you cannot buy this online. And then they're kind of negotiating, like, whether they should leave or not. I don't think it's online, actually. Like, I don't think it will be online, this one specifically, like, exclusive hoodie, until months down. But it will eventually, possibly. Who knows? I don't know. Just giving out theoretical theories. But they backed out. And I'm like, we're not backing out. In my head, I'm like, I just bought the ice cream. Like, we're gonna be good. Like, I think this is gonna keep us a little bit more. We still had a little bit of water left. And thankfully, they also gave us water. So, had water with us. Then we're at this, like, like a pizza joint. Now there's shade. There's a little bit more shade. We're sitting down, cooling off. I meet this father. He's with his daughter. And I'm pretty sure they're from out of state. I don't remember where exactly. I think he said Michigan. So it was pretty cool as like interactions of throughout what we did during the line. And yeah, and he was red. Like he had a towel on him. Like it was very, you can tell the heat was beating people up. Left, right to left. Like literally. I'm just getting cold now. Okay. Let's see my notes. As we're going closer, even he said it, like, he's like, and I appreciated what he said because, like, we already made it this far. Like, there's no point of leaving. And then he said, see, look, they're like flies, like, they're going down. Meaning, the people who are leaving, like, that's their end point. Now the line's gonna go a little bit quicker, a little bit like it's gonna be shorter for us now. I'm like, I was thinking the same thing. Like we're on the same wavelength. Like, I believe me. Yes, I know that is true. Still a wait. Now this is like I think by 4 now, 4:30. We're now where the rainbow like little
poles are. I don't really know how to describe it, but if you do search up Lincoln Road yourself, you will see what I'm speaking about and referring to. So we're there. My sister goes under there because that is like actual shade there. She ends up coming back a few minutes after we switch. I needed it a little bit. I again come back and I'm pushing through it. And yeah, now by like 6:30 or 5, I think 6, we finally make it inside. Finally make it inside, I take all the pictures, all this other stuff. I didn't go to the line right away because I wanted to beat the sun before it set of certain pictures. Yeah, pop, boop, bing, bing, bing. And bing, bing, I mean. The dad, he went out of the line and his daughter stayed in line. He comes back, he gives us a water bottle. I'm like, oh, thank you. And like, it's those small things. Like, it's like so humane, like humanity. I like I took that with gratitude, honestly. Like, really took that with gratitude. And he purchased us a water, which was nice, a very big water, and that helped us through the way as well. Now we're already now inside. Now the setup for the setup honestly was very interesting, not in the best way, nor not in the worst way I've seen setups like be set up. The line obviously is a line. The area is pretty small, I will say. It's like a grass area there, not really big for a pop-up event, like the spacing. And they had this like back way, like once you think you're close to like actually entering, you're not. It's this first area where it's like the pickup actually, with the box in there, the bag, and whatever you ordered, and then like a sign of ping pong puff. Then this portion, which is blocked with fences, little nice fences, that's the actual like where you place the order, where you like see through the shop of like the hoodies displayed, the pajamas, the slides displayed, and all that. Now, where the staff members actually bring out the items, it's not even inside the pop-up event. No, it's not pre-packed. And I don't believe it's pre-packed. I'm not in the behind the scenes in the back room. But the back room where they have the clothes and everything, it's actually outside. There's this like store, like this little building. Again, it's a walkway. So there's one area where it's like, I don't think it's any store, but it has all the supplies, all the stuff, all the clothing in there. They grab it there. The printout label, I'm pretty sure it's in there because once they were bringing up the bags, it says the name and what you purchased. And that took up, I believe, more of the time than what it needed to be. So I see that they're walking, then bring it to that area. Then you have to wait in that area when you do buy your thing that day. Now the things bought that day, purchased, is the lacy one and other previous collections that they had. That's where you do actually do the pickup. The Mimi and Miami one, if you did want that one, either in the coral or the blue color, you won't have that in hand the day of. You will have it shipped to you. So, which is smart, strategically, logistically, yeah. So the setup was very interesting. Wasn't the best. It could have been a very much more thought about. And where you do purchase it, what they were using, which was tablets and everything else, the tech, the only thing is, what I would say differently, like looking at it in a event coordinator, the tent that they were under, cashier, it was clear. Like, it wasn't white, it wasn't black, like obviously with the theme, but it was clear that the sun beaming down on the tablets, what you're using to do literally the exchange, the extraction of the payment, it was overheating. The Wi-Fi, what they're using, this and that. So that's what slowed down the process a lot more as well. That was like a major slow procedure on that. But the way it was, the setup, like the actual like fun aesthetic, very nice. I loved it. Like it was really put together in that way, of the surfboard that was there, the backdrop, the mirrors with the name on it, and then the other area, the delivery area, where you have the PPP. Like it was really good, really nice. And before we left, when I placed the order finally, thankfully, oh, the only thing is when you purchase it, for that hoodie specifically, the transaction was really confusing. Really confusing as in that should not be the case. But if you wanted that hoodie specifically, like let's say 7 times as an example of a mother who ended up doing so, the payment, the transaction, you have to do each single time. Only each single time. I don't think they what's it called? They accepted cash. It was only card. I had my card. Now, if you want to do it, you have to transaction like 2 times or use different cards of doing it. Like, that's crazy actually. Whatever system they use behind like how they do it, I don't think it's really well put together, because the way that you needed 2 cards, like physically, or like Apple Pay, and that was not mentioned at all. And the way the post was posted, it wasn't clear. The location was never shared until people in the comments were like, okay, where actually is it like set up, and what is needed and what is to be expected certain ways. So I feel like that could be very put into consideration for the next time that they do have an event, a pop-up event, outside especially. The example is the Meet Me in Miami hoodie. If you wanted to buy it like that day, each transaction has to be by its own order. Like you cannot have it like together, which is crazy. I didn't want to deal with that, so I'm like, you know what, my sister, I'm like, I think I'm just gonna buy one hoodie for us and we just share it. And she's like, okay. I'm like, I wanted the coral one at first. I was indecisive. I was like, do I want the blue one or do I want the coral one? And then since I went with her, I'm like, you know what, let's do the blue one. Like the blue one looks nice and I think it'll look good. And she wanted the blue one, so I'm like, we'll do the blue one. And yeah, compromised. We had an agreement. I did the payment. After that, it was shipped. I will show you guys after, actually. Now, after that, there was two creators. The actual girl who made the actual brand, which is phenomenal at a young age. Very nice, very nice, very nice. And then Alyssa, a content creator. And she came back, I heard, because she was there previously. And I will say, I was already understanding that the creators weren't going to be there all day, because one, it was hot for us. Who in the world, what would you think they were going to say themselves there, unless they're in the store and whatever around. But I understood that. The front of the line did get a lot more treatment than the people already like in the back of the line. The workers, when they're handing out umbrellas, water, it was only the front. But the thing is, people in the front were already equipped with what they brought. They already knew what the dealio is. The deal is what to bring and be prepared. In the back, it was really blazing hot. There was no shade. People who did not have shade equals, I mean, it makes sense consciously, common sense, to give those who need it to be provided for that. And the thing is too, they were having those two lovely, phenomenal girls, creators, but not in the actual pop-up like area. It made no sense to me that, yes, they're going to be outside because they're outside in that area, but it makes more sense to be in the actual pop-up event where the people who already been waiting in line and everything to meet you, greet you in there, not outside. Because then one of the security guards or staff members who were on the job was like, okay, if you get out, like there's no coming back in. I'm like, you know what, no. I'm like, yeah, yes, I'm aware, we'll just get out. We get out, and as we get out, tell me why, the girls, and I know my sister would like a picture, so like yeah, be confident. Like, go up to them, take a picture. Like, they're normal people. Like, just ask. Tell me why these people. Tell me why the girls. They move to inside. I'm like, this just makes me feel like I made a wrong move of choosing to get out. He just said what he just said, right? Replay that clip. Or staff members who were on the job. I was like, okay, if you get out, like, there's no coming back in. In my head, I'm thinking, oh no, we're going to try and make this work. So whatever. We still haven't gone in the back area where it's the delivery area to have a picture, and I wanted that picture. So the security guard wasn't looking. Honestly, girl, I'm saying girl, like, we're on FaceTime. Okay, like, I'm hyped. You're hyped when I'm telling you this. Hold my hands. When I tell you, once I saw him look the other direction, which is crazy, like, this is crazy, scary to think about, but in my position, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go back inside. And it's a little thing. So I'm like, okay, let's go now. We go inside. No one said nada. We go walk in the back and then take the picture and then we exit. By this time, this is now, what did I purchase? Now I'll tell you what I purchased. I already told you I purchased the Mimi Miami blue one. This is how it looks. It looks so cool. My sister already wore it, so I am gonna have to wash it, but she only wore it once. And this is how it looks in the back. It is very cute. I will say, like, it is very cute. I love embroidered clothing. I don't have enough, as I say, I love embroidery items of clothing, but I do have a few. And yeah, we ended up grabbing it. That's the item I purchased. I will say the shipping did take a while. It was like about 2 weeks after I went to the event. Like, by May 20 is when it arrived. May 23rd, 22nd. So it took a while. The same creator that we did meet, after we ate, because we were hungry, it was already like it was already nighttime. It was like 8 p.m. by this time now. 8:30. We end up eating pizza. The pizza, phenomenal. Like, we were hungry. I'm like, oh, we're just gonna grab cheese pizza. Like, we already know where we want to order. You can place it in now. We eat. I'm like, you know what? A little treat for ourselves. Like, have ice cream again. And ice cream at Haagen-Dazs. And as we were sitting down, I'm like, I was expressing to her, I'm like, we did good. Like, the amount of strength of standing for 12 hours. 12 hours, mainly standing. Only the small amount of times that we sat down. I don't even think she only sat down like 3 times. I sat down a little bit more. But when I tell you, and our feet, honestly, surprising, were not in pain. I'm glad I went with the Walmart shoes I bought specifically for that day to match my outfit, the white shoes. And I was just proud of ourselves. Like, I was proud of us. I'm like, we did that. Like, it's crazy. We're tired. Like, the sun did make us tired. We did receive a tan. I do like myself a tan, but we did have a tan afterwards. We ate the pizza. We demolished it. It was really good. And we leave. Before we grab ice cream, she's still out there. So I'm like, okay, this is your chance to now ask, like, thing. Because earlier, a child wanted to ask for doing a video. I'm like, oh, this is gonna take time. So we come back. Thankfully, I always bring myself a pen. I always bring a pen. There's only a few instances where I don't bring a pen, but it's essential to bring a pen in your purse, in a bag. I'm telling you guys, girls, okay? Girls and guys. Someone wanted a signature from her. She was thinking the content creator, Alyssa, had a pen on her. And this girl, I'm like, hey, I actually have a pen. You could just borrow it and whatever. That grabbed the girl's attention, the creator. I'm like, bingo. This is our time to now have our chance of having our interaction, especially for my sister. Whatever, she's like, okay, I can send you guys next. I give her my sister's passport or ask her to hand it to her. Whatever, she signs it. I'm like, okay, we also take a picture. And we take it quick because now this girl wanted a video also. So I'm like, oh no, we're not wasting time again. And we're not having that time where you are inside the actual event, pop-up event, but instead of being outside. And so that happens. And when I asked, can I take a picture with you, what she says is like, oh yes, I want a picture with you. So it just goes to show that, like, what, they're normal people. But what I mean is, like, a person who understands creating and, like, the field of making content. Like, I felt valid. Like, I loved it. Even in that small interaction, like, even her saying that, like, I have potential. Like, I've always believed in myself in a YouTube and just this world, in this spectrum, in this area, facility, not facility, oh my gosh, this aspect of this. And I love that. And just her saying that, and then she even said mog. I'm sorry, I was like, I didn't know much what that meant, so I asked my sister and she said that. And obviously I have an athletic body, but it was like, it was nice. It was so nice. It gave me a little ego boost, I will say. But beside, even without that, like, it was just cool. And I would have loved to also take a video, like, then that gives me an open door opportunity of showing my dancing, and someone who's a content creator also. And that ended up not being the case because my phone was at 2%, guys. I will definitely say you would need to bring a portable charger. That's the only thing I wasn't prepared for, because I didn't have one. I couldn't find the one that we have here at home. But at least I was able to take the picture on my iPhone of the 2% that I had. 3% at that. Now, we ate ice cream. I made sure to at least charge the phone as much as I could to make it home. This is like 9 now. We ended up, now, this is after the event, right? I forgot to say that while I said purchase. That was like kind of in between. Instead of saying the numbers, I just popped in the numbers. Editing Deline. And we're waiting. Ordering the Uber now back was very kind of confusing, because I'm like, okay, we're not standing where we're standing in the morning. We're standing somewhere else, a whole different area. Still the same area, but different road. I'm like, all right, we're gonna try it. So thankfully there's a restaurant. I pulled that name up, and then they have like a curbside. So the Uber came, we go inside. Uber, thankfully, in a night experience, very solid, very, very chill. And yeah, we go home. And before that, we had the ice cream. The ice cream was good. And that was after the event. Now, what I learned is definitely, like I mentioned, to be prepared. I will say camping. Would I recommend having someone do this event? Yes, I would. I'm not saying no, I won't never do this again. Like, I would definitely want to do this again. Next time to camp out, I would definitely want to camp out. Be prepared in that way. I learned the pop-up event, there's different pop-up events, and the ones I've seen on video, for instance, Nami channel, hers looked very organized. I don't think much people complained. It wasn't as big, but I didn't hear any complaints about how it went. This one, a lot of complaints, and I'm pretty sure they received a lot of emails, because I heard while I was there of parents saying, oh, we're gonna email, because this is like really unorganized. And what else I experienced, learned, should I say, now with myself, once I had like a self-reflection during me staying in the heat, I was thinking how people do this like every day. There's a worker for the garbage. He was red. I was gonna even offer him water that we didn't even drink, but he ended up going on the other side of the line, so I wasn't able to. But I'm pretty sure when I saw him sitting down, thankfully someone did give him something. But it just made me put into perspective, or thinking like, even back in the day, people do this, like actual people would do this, like Egyptians, like all this other stuff. I was thinking like over the head, right? But also my experience of staying outside in the hot, I've done sports outside in the hot, but this to the extreme extent, the long hours, longevity, made me realize something about myself that I can handle. I want to say duration. That's just the tip of the tongue. The word on the tip of my tongue. But I admired that about myself. That I can do that. That perseverance, like the drive of like being actual dedicated. And I liked that feeling. It was in a way its own hardship of staying outside for 12 hours. Who really like think about it, like who would want to stand outside for 12 hours or spend their time, and spend could equal waste, but I'm gonna say spend their time, half the day, almost the entire day, of doing that. Not a lot of people. And going back to what the father said while we're in line, like people were dropping, but like there's no point of backing down now. You already took the hours in the beginning of standing in the line, might as well finish it. And I really took that, like, yeah, like even if that was that little pep talk that I needed, who maybe coincidentally, like that's what was being spoken to me, but in my head myself, before we even had the conversation, even a conversation unfolded between us, I'm gonna stay. I want this to be experience. And also thinking about it back, like even my sister, like her own dedication, like troop for saying. But what I'm saying really is like as a memory, like this is going to be something we could look back to, and kind of making it seem into like a childhood, like, oh, this is my childhood, like nostalgia, or like a childhood, because there's certain things that I have been blessed in its own ways of experiencing certain things in childhood, of having a good experience with certain things. But the thing is, it was a chosen choice. It was a choice that was made by someone to have an environment or like have a day where they take care of somebody, babysitting, and making it a fun day, where it leaves it in the memory and brain and neurons and everything, nervous system, as a good thing and as a crazy experience, or like memory that it's going to be locked in your mind for a long time unless something happens. But that's gonna be very much of a stone like memory that I experienced, and I also experienced with my sister, and it was honestly a really nice time. I had a good experience, even though I said the certain things about the setup and everything. I liked it. I did enjoy it. I'm glad I actually took her, because I don't think if I took somebody else, there would have definitely been complaining, and that just I wouldn't want. And I'm thankful that we did that. Like, it was crazy. So that was my experience. This is a heck of a long video. I am very much aware of that. If you did stay here while I talked about my experience, and hopefully this was knowledgeable, like it was knowledge for you to have when you do go to, even not even their event, pop-up event, but any pop-up event, to just be aware of certain things to bring and to know how it goes, and obviously safety and everything else that is put into consideration for this. And yes, if you did stay throughout this video, I am very appreciative about that. Like, really, thank you. And I will see you guys in the next video. My name's Dayex Sky. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and my next video, you'll see me soon.